Welcome back, friends. Some more excerpts from my book, Life I Refuse to Give Up. My father, for me, was the prime example of a person who took real pride in who he was. His sheer confidence towards all that he did in life was my learning point. My father rode a scooter to work with a lot of pride. He dressed well, interacted well with people from all walks of life, and maintained a sense of pride in his actions. Pride is not being proud of yourself and your accomplishments. Instead, it's a feeling, an inner sense of self worth in what you do in your daily life. My dad never had the urge to explain his humble background to the world because he believed in creating a platform for himself. He was a self made man with a mission to fulfill his vision. He was so true to himself that he hardly bothered about what people would perceive about him. It was important for him to accomplish his goals and enjoy life. His failures made him think and worry, but that was his inner battle, the one that the outer world had no clue about. His self pride mattered a lot to him and certainly helped him find his path in the dark alleys of life. I tried to lead my life in a way he has shown me. I've come to a realization that the day we start believing, recognizing our capabilities, that is when we will require no guru or mentor to guide us. The inner force will guide us and help us push our limits further. Tough times might break us from every angle, every side, and in every way possible. We all have and will keep facing tough times throughout this journey of life. The rich, middle class, the poor go through unending tough times financially, physically, or mentally. I said unending because at that juncture it might seem stretch and we may see no solutions at all. We need to stay calm because sometimes things are beyond our control and reach. We can also call it bad luck. Money cannot fix my physical ailments, only patience can. Time will heal the greatest wounds, and we have no choice but to stay in our inner cave of silence and endurance. The day our opponent becomes stronger is when we let them become one. You have all the right to consider your rival tougher than yourself if you choose to do so. Remember, you have no right to demean your inner strength. You have no idea how strong you may be because you refuse to look within. The fear of loss might have made you weak. The fear might have created an unwanted burn in your conscience. We all have to rise above that very fear which ruins our senses. What are we scared of? Is it a failure, loss, embarrassment, or pain? Let us look beyond these and embrace the power of accepting failure, which will help us rise above all pessimism. The world takes pride in your company when you excel, not when you fail. It is a harsh and painful reality which we need to face and overcome. The only people who would probably pamper you in times of failure will be your parents. Your siblings or your friends might look down on you just because you failed. Can you think of one person who hasn't failed? Can you imagine of one person who hasn't failed in life and how many times a successful person might have faced failure? We tend to see only the success and never see beyond because we refuse to do so. We usually see a successful neighbor and assess how lucky he or she might be. Our major problem is we presume things and we believe we know it all. Our presumptions are unimportant because they contain no validity or proof. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, life, I refuse to give up.